journey of multi-millions or whatever the case is. Went broke 3 times, ups and downs. I'm talking about got to move out on this day because the money ain't gonna come on that day. Didn't start getting born to pass $10 million from the female's perspective that was in my life. The 8 trips a year, we're doing this and that, this or that. Like it gets to a point where a certain amount of bags ain't gonna make y'all happy. And just like when bro said, emotional junkies. You know what I'm saying? And that's most women. You know what I'm saying? It's only a few rare women that's not, they can separate logic from emotion. Women respect you most when you have everything. I've done the survey over 100,000 women, damn near every other week, and they always say the same thing.
Last question, we'll go to Athena. Have you did everything ever for a woman and she still was unhappy and still found a way to leave you?
I say yes.
Last week on Ladies First.
You know, just to touch on that topic, it's pretty funny because it falls in line with everything of what we're saying, right? Because we know at least 70% of women don't know what they want, right? They don't know what they want. And here's a prime example, right? Like me going on to this journey of multi-millions or whatever the case is, went broke 3 times, ups and downs. I'm talking about got to move out on this day because the money ain't gonna come on that day. Now you got to go downgrade your life or whatever the case is. Constant emotions, this roller coaster of trying to figure this shit out to get to a level of life that you truly want to be at. And then you got that rider beside you because it's a lot of the chaos that they got. You got to understand, people are thriving. They're chaos junkies, right? Look at these shows that we watching or whatever the case is. Most of it ran by females, you know, chaos here, want to fight, bad girls club. You got the love and hip hop. You got all those things. And you truly don't know what you want until you have it, right? So yeah, everybody says, I want to be kept. I want to have this successful life, It didn't start getting born to pass $10 million from the female's perspective that was in my life. You know, oh my God, it's so formulaic. We going to 8 trips a year. We're doing this and that, this or that. Like it gets to a point where a certain amount of bags ain't gonna make y'all happy. You know what I'm saying? A certain amount of cars ain't gonna make y'all happy. This ain't. And then you go look out to your single friends, and they're gonna mention, oh, girl, like I just been with this dude in and out of relationships. That washing machine relationships start to get attractive. Chaos, you start to remember that. You start to remember how many emotions it threw you in. Just like when bro said, emotional junkies. You know what I'm saying? And that's most women. You know what I'm saying? It's only a few rare women that's not, they can separate logic from emotion. You know what I'm saying? And those are the women that ends up winning at the end. But most, nah. You know what I'm saying? And that comes from a person who had nothing and had that rider to having everything, because that's when jealousy come in at, and they want to be seen more than the man, not understanding how they're supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? If you have a leader, you can't say, okay, let me take the leadership spot now. No. The leader has to be in that leadership spot 24/7. You're supposed to be beside that man. You know what I'm saying? Never in front, no matter what is being shown, what cameras is on who. You know, that's the whole Aisha Curry. I had to experience that myself. You know what I'm saying? And that comes from people that hasn't fully grown into who they were supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? When you're not mature and your emotional intelligence on tadpole, and you got friends that's not stable at all, all this plays a part. So if a man say cut that friend off, you should do that immediately, because he sees something in that friend that's gonna poison the relationship later on down the line. But most women know that's my day one. That day one cost you a relationship, and now your day one is trying to get with your man. You know what I'm saying? So
what are we talking about now?
It's crazy.
Well, I was gonna say, like you said, you know, it didn't get born until after the 10 million mark. Like you had the cars, you had the bags, Do you feel that cars and bags are what is all that's needed to keep a healthy relationship?
Of course not. You know, that's just something that only people understand up top. You know, if people haven't gotten to that level, you don't understand the leadership, the charisma, the care, the children. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot that goes into that. You know what I'm saying? Most people only stay on the money, because most people only think that money buys those things. You know what I'm saying? That's just the forefront. That's the storefront. Remember, it's a lot of stuff in the store, but the storefront says this. You know, when you actually go back behind the store, you see a whole bunch of other things, the intangibles of being in a successful relationship. But, and I always say it depicts on age too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a firm believer on the day ones, because the day ones are normally the people that actually try to compete with you later on in life, because they feel like you took something from them. You know what I'm saying? I always tell men, get with the woman you want once you get to where you want to be at in life. because that's the woman that's going to respect you for everything that you have done, because that's all they see. If a woman seeing you down and out, she gonna bring that shit up because she has nothing else to say to you, because you're already reached a certain pinnacle where the only thing she can say to break you down is that you used to be and who you used to be.
So
This is
should
a
we,
problem.
So hold on. No. So the problem.
should we advocate against women holding men down until they come up?
I just say, men. Nah, listen. No, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, bro. So again, yeah, I can't. No, brother. Yeah, no. That's actually extremely counterintuitive and problematic. Because the woman that only sees you for what you have only wants you for what you have. The woman, at least the woman that was there for you for the journey, has a love and respect for that journey if she's indeed true, of course, right? But 90% of the women that get 90% of the women that get with you, once you get all the money, you get all the fame, you get all the clout, you get all the, that's the only reason she's there, fam. If you didn't have it, she wouldn't be there.
How? But who says these things? Because remember, when you're there, you still have to have a level of charisma, leadership. You still have to have other intangibles. And I know a lot of people say, "Yo, you leading with money. That's your lifestyle." If you in the projects and you walk into work every single day, you're leading with whatever they see that at that moment. But if this is just normal, it's a normal Tuesday. That's just normal for you. And you got to remember, it's a certain level of respect. That will never happen. Look at everybody who got divorced in this rich status who was with their woman when they was broke. Nobody it's rarely anybody with that same woman when they was broke. And they all say the same exact thing.
Actually, no. Depending on what age. So, no. So if you're talking about older people, that would be either your Gen Xers and your
Denzel.
like your Denzels, your Judge Mathis. Unfortunately, I got to use them because he made it work. Older people. What's the black lady that's the actress, the famous actress and stuff, right? Her husband. Her and her husband. Again, a lot. Even a lot of these people. That's what I'm saying. So it's generational. So if we're talking older traditional things and so on and so forth, yeah, it's proof positive and evidence of that by a long shot. The problem is the mentality that's changed with the modern women today compared to what it was of the olden days. You still have a better chance of the woman that's here, that's at least going to be there for you. And in that time that she's there, she's helping you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Especially if you started out from nothing, she had to help you build. The woman just shows up with a pretty face and a pussy. That's all she's offering.
But what do you need from a woman? What do you need from a woman when you say help you build? Because I believe a lot of this should be like whoever's in the passenger seat is who in the passenger seat on your way up. Like if you was a man that was destined to get to a certain trajectory, you would have got there with or without that woman. You know what I'm saying? It's some women that has certain intangibles that add on to your journey that make you accelerate. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm agreeing.
And that's where I agree with Papichula is the man. How does it help a man? How does a woman help a man build? Like, how is that possible, right? The man is getting the money from either a business or employer, and then he's taking that money and he's allocating that money to the lifestyle. And the woman is reciprocating and benefiting from the lifestyle which the money from the company or business is giving. So I just don't see a woman helping men build. I've never seen it. Now, there are men and women who have businesses together. There are a few instances, but typically they're already rich. The man is already, now she got with the man because he was already a level of success. So if women love men so much, why do they complain? And why do they leave so much? It's because though a man may do all these things for his woman, she may think she deserves this. So if she thinks she deserves it, then she's not building with you. It is you just giving her what she thinks she deserves. And that's where I think the delusion or these talking points are a little bit confusing. About, oh, get a woman to build with you. What's up, sophisticated jerk? Ha. Papichula is sucker. I wasn't gonna say all that, sophisticated. You can't call a man a sucker because that's how he lived his lifestyle. But sophisticated jerk, to be real, most men, all men pretty much are taught to take care of their woman. So how you gonna get mad at Poppy because he's acting in society norms, the ideology of what men are taught to be providers. We're taught to be providers, not to take from women, right? So, and there are some men that do it, very few. What's up? What's up, Savage? Hit the like button on y'all way in the door. Help a nigga out. So men are, by nature and by natural ability, we pretty much like to take care of women, especially that we love. But women don't help men build. It just doesn't happen. That is to me a big lie. That is a big lie. Women do not help men build when it comes to relationship. A woman won't get with a guy unless let's say married, unless he's either established and already got things together, and she's coming in to benefit. Women get in a relationship with men to benefit, not to help or not to bring. Unless he's a pimp, then that's a different story. Is pimps winning? I don't know. Let's find out.
I'm agreeing exactly what you say. So I believe that it's important that a man has a woman that's supportive, and genuine support, love, understanding, a person to talk to that you can confide in. All of those things are extremely important for a man, especially a man challenging to be great. You know what I'm saying? Be it financial or otherwise. Most great men, they say you have to have a great woman by your side. Now, again, I think as things progress, it gets, a lot harder and rarer to find those things. But again, even if we want to go the biblical aspect of it, shout out to the hey God niggas, he who finds a wife finds a great thing, right? So, and again, we're only talking about the great or the good women. We're not talking about all women. We're talking about the ones that are actually in it for, like you said.
But I can't remember none of these great women. Michelle Obama didn't help Barack. Hillary Clinton, she stayed with Clinton, but Clinton was already great. His political career was great. So I don't see what is a great woman. He said a great by every great man is a great woman. I don't know, maybe, but this is where I have to disagree with Mr. Fantastic. A woman value comes from her husband, right? And this is with the Aisha Curry situation. Because the man and the Michelle Obama, the men are always the greatest in the relationship. They always, have all the, the money, they have all the things, the tools of, the greatness. Then the woman gets with them because the woman sees that he has potential. So this is where a great woman, I've not seen it. A great woman with a great man. Most women become great by themselves, like Megan Thee Stallion, Sexy Red. I don't see no man next to them.
That are in it for the right reasons. Now, I know that's going to be extremely few and far in between. We can't just discredit and throw those away and say,
it's going to be some good women.
Yeah, you can't say that. I'm just saying you're not going to get a better bet. And this is a problem I had when, shout out RP Kevin Samuels. He will always say this, man starts peaking. Most men start peaking at the age 40 and so on and so forth. And I'm telling you, if you're a 40-year-old man, bro, and now you're getting the attention from the 20-year-olds and these women that you got, bro, that she's not there for you. Y'all got nothing in common. She don't care about you. She wants the benefit she can give you. And hell, if she stick around long enough, she get them a life insurance policy or a good divorce package. So that's what I'm saying. If we start promoting this, saying, again, but I see where you're saying it too. It's really a 50-50 shot.
Yeah, it's a 50-50 thing because you got to still have it.
But I'm just saying you got for the low are good. My bad.
So I'm gonna go to Athena, but Poppy, let me ask you. Who you know will love you and appreciate you the most? The one when you have all the things you have, or the one who's building with you? Who do you know?
When I have the one.
It's possible to find both.
The one you talking about, like me personally, right?
No. Let's two people look just like you had the same things. No, don't have the same things. you're your full potential right now. You have everything. Let's say the other dude barely has. He has half. We'll say he has half. Right. Main thing I'm trying to ask you is when do you know when a woman really loves you the most? When you're building or when you already have everything? Is the question I'm asking you.
Women respect you most when you have everything. I've done the survey over 100,000 women. They have me every other week, and they always say the same thing. They were like, well, I respect a man that's already on his purpose. That's just what God has. It's in the Bible and stating exactly what it is. Hey, God, you feel me? Like, it's stating exactly what it is. Like, yo, women respect men that's already on their purpose. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it goes. Not the and guess what? And most of the time, it's not even because of the actual.
That's what I said. He's on his No. You're already the package. He's if she gets with the guy when he already has everything, you can't see if she really likes you. Most men, when they have everything, you don't know if the woman actually likes you. If she know you an NBA player, if she know you a millionaire, you don't know if she likes you. But if you're on your purpose and you're coming into fruition, then you go, hey man, my woman went me on the way up. Like I know she don't want me just because I'm only at the finish line. And I would have to still disagree with you, my brother, because the women are leaving the men even when they are the full package, and the women are still disrespecting the men even when they are the full package. Shout out to Aisha Curry. Even if you have it all, they still would disrespect you. They still would leave you. And the worst part of it, when you are at your full package, she expects more. She expects to do less. Most of these women now, when we have these conversations, they see two types of women. They see a traditional woman who they call a slave and is oppressed, and they see a woman who the man gives her the leisure life. Most of these women say you're not a real man unless you give her the leisure life. If she has to do anything at all for you, maximum wise, a responsibility, that's the problem why most women call good men boring, because they want excitement because it deflects from the point of what she needs to do. She wants the man to take her out. She wants the man to date her. She wants the man to finance a lifestyle. When she gets this man who has stability, where she's sitting in the house and she looks across from you and go, hey, this is the man I love, it's boring to her because she now has to do something for the man that she loves. So I have to disagree, my brother. Our old school mothers and grandmothers, they actually love the man who was right in front of them. They like cleaning for them. They like cooking for them. They like raising their kids for them. They like drying their clothes. Before the wash, hey, Jazz, please don't do that. Before the washing machine, they literally had to wash this. I watched my mama wash my father's clothes in the sink, put it outside like she washed our clothes. And to the day she left this earth, she loved going for her husband. So I say this again. I would agree with you. I would agree with you if I didn't see so many women wanting the leisure life versus the slave life, which they call slave when they're maids and when they have to do something for a husband, my brother.
What I've seen in Miami, bro, being here for a while, you know what I'm saying? And then, so I'm recently divorced. It gets to a point where, it's a difference when, like, it's a real.
Women are not signing up for struggle love. Back in the day, women did the things in a house that was necessary, and they would have done it whether the man was there or not, right? Washing their clothes too, cooking dinner, right? They're cooking their dinner too for the kids and the. But once again, they didn't have access, right? And a lot of women back then really needed men more to get some sort of lifestyle, right? Some sort of things that was stability. But now, because they have access and because they have more money, they no longer are looking to build with a man or to clean, wash, none of that. Women are saying to men, either the two types of women. If she's poor, don't have much, she's looking for a dude to take care of her. If she has a lot of money and she's sexual, she's looking for a man to still take care of her, still pay all the bills, and while she saves all her money. Right? She can have millions of dollars. She's still going to expect the man to pay for her dinner. She's still going to expect the man to do all the nice things for her and pay for the whole thing. They're not just a woman objective. When they go out with a man, is not to grab their purse, go inside their purse, and get out their wallet. That is not the objective. Their objective is a woman only sees man as a suitor to satisfy her wants and needs. Now, are there some women? Are there some women who want to take care of men? In some cases, yes. Right? And that's rare, right? That's very rare. That's very rare. You know, that just doesn't happen very often.
Man, because I get how people look at rich people. They look at rich men as these corny ass dudes that don't call no shots, don't tell their women what to do. Somehow the women gonna be with them just for the money and this and that. Versus the man that willed this shit in reality. A man that willed this shit in reality is a man that can get any woman he wants and chooses who to be his wife today, tomorrow, and the next day. You know what I'm saying? Versus, oh man.
No man can get any woman he wants.
She only with this for this. Nah, niggas still got it going on. If you had it when you was broke, you're gonna have it when you were older. It's some people that didn't have it when they was younger. You know what I'm saying?
Last question. We'll go to Athena. Have you did everything ever for a woman and she still was unhappy and still found a way to leave you?
I say yes. Age though. Age matters. Age matters in my opinion. Like if you get with somebody at 22 years old, you take away everything off their plate at 22. That's a young-minded woman, a woman who never had to struggle, never understood what it was to actually balance checkbooks for real, because you had everything handled already. You know what I'm saying? Versus these older women, right? Especially, I ain't the type of nigga that's gonna date no 20-year-old. Shout out to my bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna go that young or whatever the case is. But when you're dealing with a more experienced woman, they respect everything that you come with, and they're willing to do whatever the role that you position them in. That's what it is. Like me right now is positioning. Like, hey, you're gonna be an extension of my business. Right. You're gonna work this part. You're gonna do this, and you're gonna do that. Right. And the answer is always yes.
So you told us though, if you established man, she would respect you. So can I ask you, how old was it when your relationship deteriorated, where you gave the woman everything? How old was she? And she
30,
decided to leave and was unhappy.
34. That was an 11-year relationship.
Is that a young woman?
It's a young woman if you're young-minded, if you never had to struggle before. Remember, it's two different type of women. It's women that had to be on their own. They had to get it on their own. They had to figure life out. They had to be single mothers for a time. They had to do all these things. But if you have a man that came in your life when you're young, think about never leaving the house. It's going to be some attachment to your childhood ways, because you never left the porch. You never got out there for real. You went from mom's house to this man's house immediately. So it's a certain mindset that goes with this, right? Because that person is begging, knocking on the door. Yo, I need that. No. You stay where you at because you had to go experience that outside. And that's just what it is. Sometimes, boom, when you get with somebody now, it'll never be a downgrade. It'll never be a loss. It'll never be no separation no more. Because for one, like I was saying again, they respect you for who you are now. And I'm saying that based off of a ton of men that I know down here. And those women are doing any and everything for those men. And they're doing it. And most people say, well, they only doing it because you're rich.
Correct. They're putting on mask. Papichula, they're putting on mask.
Everybody say that, right? Because everybody's different, right? We all have different personalities. Like most women.
I lived in Brickell. I know those women. I have friends down there. I know what they do and I know what they want. And you guys thrive off of those women. I know those women.
What women?
One second. Both of y'all are in Miami, right?
No, pero I lived in Miami, and I know those women, and Papichula, pero you know already how those women are, and that's why. And if you got money, then you already know what it is. But that doesn't mean that they respect you. That means that they put on a mask. They put on a mask.
Hey, La Bonita, are you single?
To get you.
Are you single?
Who said that? Fatty?
Fatty, yes.
Yes, Fatty, I'm single.
Can I arrange a date with Papi? Like, would you go on a date?
No, I wouldn't date him.
And she was speaking the truth. See, that's the curse and blessing of having money. Because when you get a lot of money, you start to think that, this is what a man is supposed to be. And like she said, the women put on a mask to make you feel like they really respect you. or they really love you to be able to obtain your resources. Women are incapable of love when it comes to men. Now, can they love themselves? Of course, but they don't even do that right? Because they're always getting BBLs and all those things.
Not my type.
But let's do this right, and this is what I'm talking about, the brother, right? Brother, like, say pineapple if you don't want to answer, because this was always what I wanted to ask you.
Come on, pop it.
You sound like you had woman before you got money.
Always.
Then you got the money. I see you flexing what you do for your daughter, which is good flexing in my opinion. You are putting her on game and all that. So like, what would make a woman leave? If you have the cars, the houses, you are a good father, you have everything. If you're looking on paper, and you can say pineapple.
No, I got you.
Why would that woman wake up one day and said, "I have the world, I'm out"? Like,
it's all about how you grew up as well. Everybody in my family is married. Nobody is married on that side. You know what I'm saying? So every answer for any type of recourse is leave. So if you hear that a million times, right? You hear that from people who want your spot as well. You got to think about it. Like, most people have never met a rich man before, ever. Not a real rich man. Not nobody who can do $1 million days. Most people never met that before. So it's a thing when you actually meet it. That other person, those sides are trying their best to get whatever from that person. That's just how it goes. So remember, I always say, how you was upbrung. Like, if your mama not married, you know what I'm saying? If your grandmama was not married, if your aunties, your sisters, nobody is married in your family, you're not going to understand how to deal with issues. You're not going to understand your vows. You're not going to understand what you promised God. You just won't. So you can have the money and cars and clothes, but guess what? If all your friends never had it, who are you going to enjoy it with? Because now you're insecure based off of the other women that's around. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, I'm a type of dude that I can be talking on the phone with Nikki this day, Kim this day, this person right here, obviously business. But if you're not at that level where you feel like you're at that level, you're going to be insecure. You're going to do this and that. It was easier. And plus, some people, they vibe with a different spirit. Some women experiment, right? When I say that, it's like, damn, I'm really attracted to the broke nigga. I want to, because I feel like I can benefit. I can do more for the broke nigga than I can for the rich dude. You see what I'm saying? So it's always different things.
So what did she told you, and what do you think he was? Like, what did she told you he was? Because women say, it's because of these. Because, like, a woman who says it's because of this sock, but you kind of think about it and you reverse engineer it, and you're like,
bottom line is there is no guarantees. There is no formula. These women move in such a way where you cannot predict the outcome, because self-love is her ideology. So therefore, she's what you call a hot wire, right? She's a live wire. And you know what a live wire does, right? It can either, it can hurt you. But yeah, this is the fact that women complain and leave so much because they're a live wire. They don't have no guarantee that they're to be the same way tomorrow. So being with a woman is a high risk, low reward every time. Every time. And I think the only way to probably, like, I do agree that building is probably the more better way, but it doesn't happen. Women and men don't build together. Men and women have never built together.